Good morning. Hello to anyone watching. Hi, Uncover the News. Yeah, Adam Schiff. I'm not surprised he's putting them out. Ooh, Presidential Crimes Commission. Will that happen? Hi, Larry girl. Everyone watching, everyone who commented on my little video. Hi, Annie S. about showing Whitby. Thank you so much. Hi, Kate Sweet Blue. For all the lovely comments about him. He is one of the joys and lights of our lives, along with along with Cameo. Hi, Christine Thomas. Hi, Catherine Bush. And yeah, Whitby, quiet, little baby. Everyone says hello. Hi, Kathy's mum. Hi, Debbie, Melissa. Hello. Thank you for all the lovely, lovely comments about him. Mary Lou, hey, hello. And the video, it's yeah, so he means so much to us. And yeah. So presidential commission, a commission into presidential crimes for possible pardon for Edward Snowden. Hi, Linda B. Hi, B. Pardon for Edward Snowden. I mean, I think anybody else would be looking at his motivations, why he did things. Oh, will Pelosi cut? Whitby! Will Pelosi cut congressional vacation short to address Post Office, US, PS. Hi, Mystical Marina. How will Kamala Harris, how will KH, I'll put it down, for her handle the attacks against her? Okay, I've got a few questions to go on now. So again, thank you. I'll just say one more time, thank you so much for all the lovely positive comments about Whitby. I've read them out to my husband. I showed him the little video I posted, and read them out to my husband, and it really, really made him very, very happy. And so he loves the positive comments. Hi, Marie Southern. How are you? So anyway, let's get this ball rolling. And we'll get into it. And, really? Rachel Melendez, hello. Hi, Bernice Henson. Hi, Estelle. Hi, Zelda. Okay, let's get into it. First things first, we'll check in on Trump. You don't mess with animals, you know. Yep. Queen of Pentacles. He's showing off. Showing off. And he's hanging on to all his, trying to gather his resources around him, but he's showing off as well. Ooh. He's not feeling too good. The reason he's trying to gather everything around is he's feeling in a great deal of jeopardy. He can't make up his mind. He's full of self-doubt. He's can't seem to make decisions. Paralyzed. So he knows what he has to do. He really should walk away. He knows he should walk away, but he's too scared of what will happen if he leaves the office. So he doesn't have the courage to do the right thing. And he knows he can't do the job anymore. He wants to resign, but he's scared. What's his challenge? Pelosi. I'm doing a cross with him. I think that's what I've started to do. So that's what Pelosi and Congress is his challenge, of course, especially with the postal service stuff. What's at the base of this reading? All the chaos that he's caused by putting someone in to mess with the postal service. This is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords charges in, makes Shane just doesn't really think this is on their worst side, and creates chaos along the way. And this is interesting because this knight is in a frozen landscape, and I was just looking at it, and frozen in time sort of went through my head. So, you know, stagnation, all the stuff he's doing with the post office, airships go slower than planes and all things. So he's trying to slow things down, freeze things in time with the post office. Past actions leading up to the present. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Always looking for news about money. Always his ambitions, unrealistic ambitions. This isn't reversed, but you know, he's been working on his plan step by step. He's been undermining things as he can step by step. It's a bit of both. So he's been going step by step with his plans to undermine things so they can meet his unrealistic ambitions, which is to win the election. How's he feeling at present? Three of Pentacles reverse. So he's trying to work with people, but it's unreliability and disaster. That's the reverse side of the Three of Pentacles. Not being able to work with others, and not putting out a quality work. Yeah. It's unreliable. His whole administration's been one big huge disaster. What's in his immediate future? Oh, he's going to try and reboot some partnerships or some relationships. I've heard things, rumors here and there that he's losing donors to his campaign. So he's losing money. And yeah, so it's, yeah. So he's trying to reboot or restart some of these stored relationships with donors. I think that's what he's going to be concentrating on in his near future. What's in his environment? He's on thin ice. He's on thin ice. He's not in a very secure place. This whole US Postal Service thing, I think it's, you know, it's really, really, people will take a lot, but you don't mess with their postal service. You just don't do it, you know. And it's put him on really, really thin ice. He's very insecure in himself, but yeah, he's grappling to find ways to get himself back onto firm ground, but I don't think he'll be able to. What do other people see? They see someone who has gotten away with so much crap, and it's like, and someone who's never ever, he's in office, but he's always run away from his responsibility, not physically, but, you know, by words and deeds. And he's just gotten away with crap for so long, and they're sick of it. What are his hopes and fears at the moment? He's really, really he's a bully. He's allowed himself to become a bully. He still thinks that people see him as a strong leader and not as a bully. That's what he wants to be seen as, but he fears he's not going to be seen as that. But he can't see himself not being seen as that, if you know what I mean, as a strong leader. But I think there's going to be more whistleblowers as well coming out, and he's really hopes that no more do come out and fears that more will. What's his outcome looking like at the moment? He's not going to be able to stand his ground, quite simple. He's not going to be, he doesn't have the courage to hold on. He's not going to compromise. He's going to do what he usually do, which is rejects opinions, but he might back down on something. So we'll see. This is just general as he is today. So yeah, they should. Yeah, people are protesting. Yeah, that's just a step too far. Hi, Teresa Balthazar. Georgie Moon, hi. Sharon Sibe. A plane ready on a tarmac to whisk him off as he loses the election. Well, and he'll do all his protesting from somewhere else, eh? I heard he wants to move to Texas. Will Texas have him? Oh, wow. So anyway, Presidential Crimes Commission. Adam Schiff has called for a presidential, or is it Swalwell? Swalwell? Hi, J Cat Lady. Hi, Shauna Westover. Swalwell has called for a presidential crimes commission. Will that happen? Let's have a look. I have my Tiffany scarf in my hair today. Tiffany. Tiffany lamp scarf. I got it from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That lovely one across from the Guggenheim when we were in New York. We wanted to go to the Guggenheim and we accidentally chose the only day to go that it was closed, which is a Thursday. But we did get to the Metropolitan Museum. We both have said so many times we'd love to get back to New York because there's so much more we want to do, and there's a couple of places we want to visit again, like this place, the Metropolitan Museum of at the Chrysler Building, all that sort of stuff. So will there be a presidential crimes commission? Oh, sorry to hear that about Marie's table. Please send a big dose of loving, healing light to her husband, who's been diagnosed with throat cancer. My dad had that. So anyway, there is a surprising amount of momentum behind this idea of a presidential crimes commission. They're lining up. Got the Nine of Wands here. They've got this whole heap of things behind them. Make sure they do it right. They really have to think about getting it right. Otherwise, they'll be challenged and become embattled. So if they do it, it's got to be, they've really got to make sure they have every precaution to, and that means a really very strict guidelines. Justified, definitely. They'd be justified in doing it. They've got to look at it not as a way to force change to the presidential office. If it's going to come up, they shouldn't use it to force changes to the office. They should use it to come out with guidelines and recommendations for further. But it's going to be looking at Trump's time. Three of Wands here. They certainly have a huge lot of evidence come in. A lot of people would come in to talk, to testify. I think a lot of people who have been held back would just come in and think it would be good in helping to temper down any future abuse of the office by people, whether they're Democrat or Republican, Democrat, whoever. It certainly would be a justified thing to do. Yeah, it's it would have very strict ethical guidelines. I think that they would really look at the ethical guidelines and the ethics of the office, and yeah. It would require quite a lot of resources, and they would get those resources. Six of coins, moon. Yeah. First thing that went through my mind was money laundering. I think they'd find that, heady thing to say. This is just an interpretation of the card, YouTube, and it's for entertainment purposes only, that Trump used the presidential office to launder money. And there'd be quite a few more secrets coming to the surface. Stuff we didn't even know about. Yeah, it could happen. They'd have to be really careful with how they do about it and be open. I think it's a very interesting idea. Trump is... Hi, Bismo. Just reading your name there brings a smile to my face every time. I mean, how can it not? It's just, yeah. Patricia Ray, have you? Yeah, it's very rough when you lose a loved one to cancer. Okay, pardon for Edward Snowden. Okay, I just get the thing running through my mind that it's like he's not really serious. Just another diversionary tactic. I think he's been doing this. It's sort of become like a squirrel thing for Trump. So when people start looking too closely, or numbers, yeah, people start looking too, spending too much time looking at Kamala and listening to what they say, or he judges that, he goes squirrel by chucking out another proposed pardon, whether he has any intention or not. This one, I think it might be, he might actually be doing that. So definitely thinking about it. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So he knows it'd be a very emotional, response. I think some people think Snowden did the right thing. Other people think he betrayed his country. Even if his motives were good, and some people doubt his motives. I don't know. I don't think he should have shared anything like that. I think there could have been other ways to bringing up concerns about what you saw happening, but to do it that way, in such a way, no. Hi, Anne Rudd. Hi, J Cat Lady. If his parents pay enough money to his campaign, that's a possibility. Well, that could be the possibility. Like I said, sometimes they use it as a squirrel, which is a diversion technique. It's what that's yeah. It's like, so interesting question. What else is his motivation? So we'll just put the Magician there. What else could he behind this? Hi, Gmail5. Hi, get Deborah Costro. Sharon Slipe. Hi. It's a squirrel. To divert attention away from something. Yeah, he's not going to do it. Yeah, he won't do it. It's a squirrel. I didn't get any coins or anything to indicate that he'd do it for money. That would just too blatant a crime. Oh, thank you, Mystical Marina, for your lovely comment. Will Pelosi cut the congressional vacation short to address the USPS situation? Yes, let's have a look. It's gotten quite cold in here all of a sudden since it started raining. Oh, Trump, months or years, bull dust, days. Got a bit of a storm happening. If I suddenly disappear for no reason, it's because the power's gone out. You can hear Whitby, he loves storms. Hang on, that's just the alarm on my phone. Okay, is Pelosi going to cut the vacation short, Congress's vacation short? She has very strong reasons for doing so, and I think, yeah, it'd be a very strong case for doing so. Yeah. Let's have a look, explore this further. I think she feels that the US people being left out in the cold with this post office stuff. There are two no cards. Loss. There's too many losses associated with the post office thing. She's going to cop flat for it, of course, from the Republican side. But yeah, she's definitely. Yeah, she's going to cop flack. But, you know, there's too much of an abuse of power to ignore. And the Republicans are going to fight it every step of the way. No, I don't, Patricia. I got sick of them years ago. Hi, Shoop Shoop. But yeah, I think she'll do it. She'll cop a lot of criticism, but you know, I think it's needed. I mean, hell, take a break, get in, deal with it, then take a bit more of a break. I'll explore this a bit more. Yeah. Doing a few more questions. There's going to be a whistleblower come in, and it will bring about a tower moment. Wow. I just got, they're going to reverse everything that Joy's done. I don't know how they'd enforce it, but it is. He's messed with the National Carriers Postal Service. I know there's very strict laws. I think. Yeah, I think all those post offices are going to be put back out. I think, yeah. The words just reversal went through my head. So they're going to stop the manipulation. There's going to be some whistleblowers from the post office come in. I don't know if they'll redress the firings in some ways, maybe reinstating some people and compensating others, giving them the option to either go back to their job or getting some compensation. But definitely some of the people from the Friday night massacre, I think, are going to be reinstated. They're going to rebalance, redress their balance. And it's really going to be, they're really going to come down hard on it, I think. And it's going to be a bit of a very big shock for Trump. He's going to try and say, he's probably going to try and come out with another executive order, but it's just not going to work. The protest outside the Joy, apartment, or the Secretary of State. UPS and FedEx have said, according to one of the comments here, that that they feel there'd be lots of problems with them being tasked to handle the ballots. I will be back in about 30 seconds, guys. I've just gotten very cold in here, so I'm going to put the heater on. So. I'm back. Oh, so I put a throw on. Let's see. Hi, Sherry French. Becca, you on? Hi, Becca. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what the temperature is at the moment. I can give it to you in Celsius, but I don't know what that is. I know 0 degrees Celsius is something like 22 degrees. Says it's 12.1 degrees Celsius, so I don't know what that is, but okay. Yeah, I think there'll be some compensation. Sherry French. Connie Brown, hi. Renee D, hi. So what have we got here? How will Kamala Harris handle the attacks against her? First thing that went through my head when I read that question was with grace and dignity. That doesn't mean she won't be fiery. But she'll $53.8 degrees. Yeah, I don't know if that's cold for you guys or not. So it's cold for me. That was bad shuffling. These two went pinging off, hit the mirror over there and bounced back onto the floor. Yeah, she'll handle it. She'll assess what she's going to say and then manipulate it to her advantage. Good on her. You know. But let's have a look. How will she handle it? Oh, will McConnell be first? Will McConnell have to shorten his vacation? Well, yeah. That's an interesting question. Anyway, how will Kamala Harris handle all the attacks? Bring it on. She's going to outshine. She's going to come up. She's going to outshine it. You know, she's not going to miss a trick. She's, you know, the job she does, she used to do and everything, details are really important. So she's going to be latching on all those little details that use 4 of coins. She's not going to cling. She's not going to cling to everything and, you know, be hurt by it. She's not going to let anything stick to her too long. Or, you know, she's not going to cling on to any little hurt or annoyances that she might feel. Or annoyances. Yeah. A couple of things might, you know, pierce her skin a bit, but again, she's not going to hang on to it too much. I mean, she's human. There's probably going to be some things that pierce it, but she's going to be able to handle it, no problem. She'll sit in pretty. Like I said, she's not going to cling on to any hurts that might come up. Yeah, no, she's a solid, stable, compassionate leader, and that's going to come through in how she handles things. She's, you know, Biden's been put through all this before. She's going to talk to her partner in this endeavour, which is Biden. again, she'll be able to, you know, balance it and throw it back and manipulate it. She's not going to be over emotional. She's going to be it's really going to unlock some creative things in her, stuff she didn't know she even had. It's going to be unlocked in some of her responses, and it's going to be good. 6 of Cups. Yeah, some of the things are going to bring up some bad memories for her from childhood and everything, like the busing thing that was brought up and stuff. But she's going to talk, you know, she's got someone there who's going to support her when those things happen, you know, but she's going to handle it with grace, with dignity. That doesn't mean she's not going to feel any of the barbs. She is, but she's not going to cling on to them too tight. She's not going to let them stay, cling on to the bottom of like a limpet mine and blow a hole in her whole campaign. She's not going to let that happen. So, yeah. And yeah. That's not going to say, I mean, some things are going to hurt, but she's not going to show that, or she's not going to let people see that. Zuckerman and Facebook. Oh, last time I did a reading on Facebook, it scared the hell out of me, but yeah, I'll have a look. Nasty women vote. Yeah, I love that idea. Nasty women vote. Hi, James Lee. Is McConnell going to be forced into an early return on his vacation? I wish Kamala would wear a T-shirt with Obama face on Mount Rushmore. Yeah, ballot drop-off boxes. That is a really good piece of information. That is a really good piece of information to have. Oh, yeah, Lukashenko, that's the guy in Belarus. Yeah, well, Putin would. Okay, will McConnell be forced to cut the Senate vacation short? Here's hoping. Possibly, yeah. So if I've got the Four of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. The Empress, Three of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, could be. Lots of pentacles in there, which is, you know. It's interesting that this Empress card, normally the pomegranate, you see them with the High Priestess, but this one has a pomegranate in it. Pomegranate is a symbol of death as well. So it's, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, he might be forced to cut it short. Hi, Pecha. Yeah, we've got the rain. It's raining today. Stormy weather today. Not too bad. Just severe. If you're in the southwest of Western Australia, batten down your hatches, take care of yourself, and protect yourself. Lots of severe the southern part of the state, very bad severe weather today. So now let's have a look. Yeah, well, that's no surprise there. Uncommon news has said Trump refuses to disavow the birther conspiracy with Kamala Harris. Well, that is that's nothing new. Nothing new there. Yeah, the guy's a complete. I'm going to have a look at will DeJoy resign. My ask is, will Putin go into Belarus to support the government? The first, will DeJoy resign? Will he give in and resign? Yeah, well, let's have a look. No, I've got flat out no. Got one yes, but the next three cards are no's. We've got the Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles, which are all no. 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 This is one where I hope I'm wrong. This is one where I hope I'm wrong, but he's not. No. If John McCain was born in Panama, is Panama was it US territory at the time when he was born? Because if John McCain was born in Panama, unless it was a US territory, he wouldn't have been able to run for president, would he? Ted Cruz. Well, Ted Cruz wasn't running for, and if Ted Cruz was born in Canada, he wouldn't have been able to. Born US citizens. I don't know. Yeah. Now, what was I going to ask? Oh, will Putin send troops into Belarus to support the government there? No, US Navy base. Yep, that's right. Well, that makes him US citizen. Yeah. 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 Yeah, well, that clears that up. Thank you very much for that information. It's the same way with Australians. If they're born on a Australian military base, you're Australian, no? Yeah, he's certainly got an agenda in doing that. Yeah, he's thinking about it, but still not. Yeah, he says he's going to, but yeah, maybe he'd do it to strengthen government, but also to strengthen his own hold on that region. It'd be a friendly invasion, basically. If he does, it's going to happen very quickly, like that. Yeah, possibly, but it's not a certain thing. He wants to bring Belarus back into the USSR. It'd be a friendly invasion, like going in under the. But he's not. I don't know if he can. Yeah, he's thinking about it, but it's not a dead certainty that he'll do it. He'd want to annex it. Going in and supporting the government that's been is one thing, but you can't, he's more likely to want to annex it, just invade and annex. So oh, thank you. Uncover the news. Yeah, we have a look at the figures every night. They're updated at like 5 p.m. every day. And yep. Guinea Queen TikToker. Hello. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Okay, what else can we look at, guys? Let's have a look at the news feed. Will the Biden, I want to read, will the Biden government send the troops back to Germany? It'll take some, yeah. Will the Biden government send troops back to Germany? It might take a little while. Yeah, I think they will eventually, but they're going to have to negotiate because Germany really, you know, really felt this hard. There's even though a lot of Europe and Australia, even though, as I said before, it's going to take a while to regain the trust of a lot of countries, even though they know it was just Trump, but they're going to be gun shy. And it's going to take a while. Zuckerman and Facebook, yeah, thank you. I will read on him. And Facebook. They really felt betrayed. Basically, it's not going to be the same. The relationship is not going to be the same as it was beforehand. It's going to be a bit of a rough passage because definitely Germany felt that Trump betrayed them and left them out in the cold. So it's not going to be the same as it was before. It's going to be some negotiations to get back to but it's not going to be the same as it was before. It's going to be a changed relationship. And it's really, really what they did was just, yeah, what Trump did. So there's going to be a lot of forging of, you know, this is Biden going to be forging a new relationship because it can't be the same as it was before. But yeah, eventually there'll be some troops sent back, but it's going to take a bit of, yeah. There's a cooling of the hills, a cooling of things. I am in Perth, yes. Hi, QQ. Oh, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, will she win? Will she win a seat? A House seat in Georgia. Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene, will she win a seat in the House? It is. It's Sunday morning here, so Saturday night in the US. Marjorie Taylor Harris, will she win her seat? She could, maybe. She's sitting good. She's looking good for it at the moment. But there's... she's sidestepping a lot of issues. She's being thrown a lot of questions about a lot of issues, but she's avoiding them, sidestepping them. That's the Four of Cups, by the way. Six of Cups. She'd definitely be a step backward, but Justice. Yeah, she might. She could win. Yeah. Step backward, just the Four reverse. This is like a bit of stagnation, but yeah, stopping momentum. She's looking good at this time, but we've had a couple. She's got some emotional news, but not good news. We've got the Fool and the Chariot, both reversed, which are indicating a stop. Halt to momentum. At the moment she's looking good for it, but she might not. Something might happen to just stop her in her tracks. So yeah. So yeah, the shadow card there was the King of Swords, which is a maybe card. Yeah, she could, but there's also indications that her momentum slows down. She might still win, but not by as much as she hoped to. Hopefully. Okay, Zuckerberg. We'll do Zuckerberg on one side and then Facebook on the other. Okay, so Zuckerberg, the person. Let's have a look at what's going on with him. And then in parallel, I'll do Facebook as well. Okay. Bit of a crossroads for both. Two of Wands. Let's see, Zuckerberg. he's looking beyond it. He's developing a new agenda for his future. Facebook. Disappointing news with regard to Facebook, or for Facebook. Princess of Swords. Zuckerberg. His ships are gonna come in some way. But this could be chickens turning emus and kicking his dunny down too, because, you know, reap what you sow. Oh, he's had an agenda as well. But reap what you sow. Facebook. Facebook is words, you know, it's people are comfortable with it, but it's time to start really looking at how it's been used and how it's been allowed to be used. So there's going to be some investigation into it. Zuckerberg. Temperance reversed. Ooh. He's going to make some bad decisions. He has made some bad decisions. He's let things happen which he shouldn't have. And that's going to be conflict of interest for him. Six of Wands for Facebook. I think Facebook itself might survive, but it's going to go through a whole different review, a whole different, yeah. Queen of Pentacles. Selfish, indulgent, or the bad. It's not reversed, but it's on top of a reversed card, which was Temperance, which was conflict of interest and poor judgment, and, you know, so I'm attaching negative connotations to this. He's wanted to dominate social media, and it's starting to fall apart. So he's selfish and indulgent, and not, a lot of people have said it for a long time, he's not the squeaky clean boy that's put across in the movie. He is a bit of a prick. Facebook. Six of Swords. It's going to go through a rough period, but it's going to be taken into calmer waters. I get the idea that Zuckerberg's going to separate from Facebook. Let's ask that question. Look what's underneath. I moved the Crossroads card here, and look what was underneath. The Ace of Pentacles. Opportunity for money. I just asked, let's see if Zuckerberg's going to separate from Facebook, and we've got a yes right underneath. So I'll shuffle the cards a little bit. Just took that Ace of Pentacles off. Will Zuckerberg separate from Facebook? Will he sell it? Seven of Pentacles. He's thinking about it. Emperor, yes. Yeah, I think he will, but it's going to take there's going to be a bit of a delay, Justice. So, yeah. I think Zuckerberg will sell it or be kicked off the board or whatever. There's going to be a separation of Zuckerberg from Facebook, and Facebook's going to undergo review and change. Hi, Ronald Gagnon. How are you? Yes, yesterday was the 75th anniversary of victory in the Pacific. It was marked here in Australia with memorial services and things. Hi, Laura Carlson. Getting mad at Trump keeps the adrenaline going. Okay. Hi, Shauna. James Lee, hi. Is Trump's mental and physical condition going to keep declining at a rapid pace? Good question. Good question. And I've got the modern spell read, modern tarot reader. Great for health questions. I didn't see your post, Mystical. Let's see. If Dumpy gets re-elected, we're all moving in with Chrissey. Wow, you'd have to go into 2 weeks of hotel quarantine first. Do I have room for all of you? Well, if I can get hold of a TARDIS. I would. But that's a lovely, lovely, lovely thought. Thank you very much, Mystic. Oh, I'm sure Whitby and Cameo would probably not enjoy it, but Whitby would love it. For all the loving he'd get from you lot, he'd be in doggy heaven. Yeah, you would be bad for my health, sorry. You can stay with Georgie Moons. Yeah, TARDIS. You need a TARDIS too, Georgie. Yeah. Okay, is Trump mental and physical health going to decline? Nine of rods, nine of wands. He's embattled. Seven of coins, assessment. He's undergoing continual assessment. Six of coins. But he's not sharing things with the American people. The Knight of Queens. Plodding along. It's a very slow decline. Been happening for a long time. He was probably never fit for the office, even before he started campaigning. Five of coins out in the cold. Yeah, it's all coins, all coins. Every card has been all coins. Two of coins, heart, balance. His heart, so didn't find balance with his heart. Sort of hermit. He's keeping things hidden, but they're going to come to light. The Empress. This is interesting. This is a weird card. This is the Empress card in this deck. But I was looking at it and I'm thinking anything below the waist is fine. But if it's from the waist up, like all his internal organs and everything, it's stuffed. Below the waist, like the Hierophant. Yeah, he's physically and mentally not fit to hold government. Strength. I got strength of, this is the strength card. I got strength of will went through my mind. He's so strong-willed. That's what keeps him going. But yeah, there's decline. There's definite decline. He's not fit to be there. But he just keeps going by the strength of his own will, basically. Which, while it is an admirable trait for people to have such strong will, but you know, not when you shouldn't be there because you're not competent enough to be there. That's the stubbornness part. He's stubborn and he won't give in and he won't admit to any failings. So yeah, definite decline. People don't have to vote on the machines. They can go to the drop boxes. Okay, what I was going to read on something as well as Trump's health, wasn't I? Something came up. Okay, now there was a comment from somebody, quite a long comment on one of my videos. Yeah, that'd be right. People are stupid. R. Kelly's manager being amongst the stupidest, I should say, I would think. I'll see if I can find this comment. Estelle, yeah. You found Estelle Harrington. You put a comment. You found a reader last week from Australia. She says Stacey Abrams is still with her even after Kamala was picked as VP. She thought Stacey would be the VP pick because that was who he really wanted. Doesn't understand why she's still with her. I won't comment on this other reader. I mean, if she feels she's got Stacey Abrams still with her for some reason, she'll have her reasons for saying that. The comment, I think Estelle also said she felt that Biden might not make it to the election. In that case, the ticket would have to be changed. But I don't see that. I see Biden at the election. Hi, Edna May. Hi, Ocean Garnet. Hi, Ronald. If Biden were for some reason be unable to fulfill his term, Kamala Harris would then step in as president. She would have to appoint a new VP or them in Congress, whatever. That could be. I mean, but and then it would be, a whole different ball game as to who would get assigned and all that. But yeah, I feel that there's nothing wrong with Biden's health. I think he's going to make it to the election. Yeah. So I think that Biden it wouldn't surprise me if he had planned to just see America for the first couple of years and then hand over the reins. That's so far ahead. I don't know that. Yeah, but I Biden's going to be there at the election. I'll do a quick read on that. Joe Biden, will Joe Biden make it to the election? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, might be a bit rocky, might have a couple of little things a person his age has to deal with, but he's going to be in balance. He's going to, be able to balance things and, keep everything up in the air, keep everything rolling. Trust in him. Trust it. Yeah. His ability, he has the abilities there, and he has, and yeah. Oh yeah, he's got the sun. I think that Kamala, probably wasn't his choice, wasn't his preferred choice, but he's not wasting time crying over that. He knows his job. Yeah, I think. I think he is. Might be feeling a little bit restricted in some way. So there might be some health problems, which means he can't do as much as he used to normally do, but not anything major. But there's still a few niggly things working out. I think I'm looking mainly at his health here. So I think he got news he didn't really want. So I don't think that was, I mean, also a bit of a mix with, he might have preferred someone else, but he got Kamala and he's not going to waste his time. But also I think he's got some news about his health as well, that he's just not going to waste time crying over, got other things to do. It might constrict his activities a little bit, but it's nothing that's going to stop him from going forth and, being there at the election and taking office. I can see Ivanka betraying her father, but not because of a come to Jesus moment. For those who haven't seen the comment, it's from Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Marita said that Ivanka would have a come to Jesus moment and betray Daddy, and Jared would end up turning into a normal person. No, well, Jared is a normal person. He's actually not that unusual. He's just, in a high office, so his flaws and quirks and all that are on display more. Ivanka, no, she wouldn't betray her dad for a come to Jesus moment. She would throw her dad under a bus in order to save herself and get the best deal she could for herself. Oh, wow. He really was battling. So Trump's brother has passed away, has he? He really was battling some major illness. I saw that the other night when I was doing that reading. Well, you know, it's despite the family and all the harm they've done, they've lost one of their own members. So prayers and thoughts to the family on that. I mean, there's children who have lost a father and a grandfather. So, you know, yes, he was Donald's younger brother. So thoughts and prayers towards his children and his grandchildren and his siblings. You know, not every member of that family is a representative of the devil incarnate. So, you know, yes, he supported Trump. That, you know, and yes, probably wasn't the best of people, but, you know, like I said, people have lost a father and a grandfather and someone they loved. So, you know, so please send some thoughts and prayers on the loss of a loved one. I know some people might find that difficult, and you do that, you know, no judgment on that. But yeah, it's well, that would be appropriate. Black with on the right here. So yeah, you know, anyone who's lost a family member will know it hurts. It hurts, no matter what the family is like, unless and not every member of that family is you know, malignant narcissist and sociopath. So remember that there are some just pretty ordinary everyday members of that family. So just for them, yeah, some prayers and wishes for them. Yeah. Yeah, well, Donald's reactions will be Donald's reactions, you know, and it'll show the true value that he holds for his family members, which probably not really very much. So, hi, Catherine Cousy. Thank you, Larry girl. But yeah, it's, you can't hold every member of a family to the same standard as one member. Every member has their own faults and, you know, yeah. No, probably not. I don't think he's really that affected by it. I mean, he went to a movie when his other brother was dying. So anyway. Hi, Teresa Cole. On his way to play golf in New Jersey, hey? Whew. Yeah. Okay, what else can we look at? Got about 20 more minutes. Geez, today's gone pretty quick, hasn't it? So any, hi, Kathleen Stafford. Teresa Cole, hi. Who got a question for me? Anyone got a question for me? Hunter Biden. What about Hunter Biden? Zelda, yeah, there's a good chance, I read on that before, there's a good chance that she'll recall everyone early from their vacation to deal with it. So a fun question would be good, yeah. Israel, I'll have a look at Israel another time. When will Hunter Biden emerge? He's at a bit of a crossroads in his life. I got the thought went through my mind that he's staying in the background. Even though he's not done anything wrong, he's been used as a pawn, and he doesn't want any opportunities for him to be used. So I get the idea that he's staying in the background. Yeah. So that there's no opportunity for him to be used as a pawn to, you know, hurt his father's chances. He's a very smart person. He's made mistakes in the past with his naval career and all that, but he's a very ethical person. It's interesting. He got that same lost card that his father got. But he's not. He's been working in the background with some groups, working with others on something. But just, yeah, he's staying out of the limelight as much as possible, balancing things. But he's like you said, he's staying away from things so that he can't be used to cloud and gaslight as a pawn for that. So if he'll come out, if he'll be more public again, it's probably after the election. But you know what, there might be, yeah, dealing with a loss too. Well, of course, his brother Beau died a few years back with brain cancer. Hunter Biden, Biden's other son. Being a surviving sibling, Yeah, I think maybe there had been pressure put on him to step up and be a new shining light in the Biden family. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's that person. So, yeah. Why is the Pentagon now looking into more UFOs? Interesting question. How about we do that? What deck will I use? Let's have a look. You know, all my decks. Interesting question. Just got to find the right deck to use for that one. Oh, it's got to be Voyager deck, isn't it? Got to be the Voyager deck. I'll just grab it. Yeah. Interesting question. Why is the Pentagon now looking into UFOs? Again. Hi, Joan. Hello, Carson. Night, Joan. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you earlier. I didn't see your name. So if I don't say hello, it's because I haven't seen your name. So why is the Pentagon now looking more into UFOs? Good question. So why is the Pentagon now looking into UFOs? What are the secrets of the Paris catacombs? Oh, that's an interesting question. I've been meaning to do some more mystery tours. So, Paris catacombs. If you guys want, I might do a little extra half hour today and we can do some of these more interesting so let's see, why is the Pentagon now looking into UFOs? I thought through my head that it's got something to do with less planes being in the air, but more things being sighted that can't be planes. Dullness. 7 of crystals. Dullness. Women of Worlds Preserver. That's the Empress card. Abundance. There's been evidence stored away. You know, like in the Indiana Jones movies where they've got this big warehouse full of things. There's sort of similar things like that, but not necessarily huge warehouse, but reports and reports and reports and this and that have been preserved for a long time. They've been there for a long time. And they're getting into they've sort of decided they have to go in and have a look at this. They can't ignore it. Commencement, Four of Worlds, yeah, they've been clinging onto this stuff and they can't do it anymore. They can't try and force a narrative away from it. I'll have a look at this. Seven of Crystals here, dullness. They've spent years and years trying to tamp down all this, but they can't ignore it anymore. They've wanted people to just be lulled into this sense of nothing to see here. And they've tried that, but they can't do that anymore. And they can't suppress and divert and, you know, stand in the way of people learning about things anymore. So they're not necessarily, I still get the idea they're not necessarily looking into newer things, but they're looking into the past things as well that they haven't really, they just, oh, right, write it in a report, put it down and we'll shove it in the warehouse, you know, that sort of thing, or in the back of the files. The Moon. Of course, they've been keeping things secret. Yeah. Illumination, the Ace of Wands. Eight of Wands. Harmony. This is, to me, I think this is the, again, I'm getting the slowdown of air traffic and things like that, and slowdown of other things happening with the earth finding a new balance and everything like that, and the skies not being so full that there's more and more stuff that people are seeing and they can't deny it, you know. Yeah, I got Success, Ace of Worlds. Also helps me get a bit more funding, maybe, or attracts funding, which might sound a bit silly, but not necessarily. Two of Worlds, Two of Coins, Reflection. I've got the book here because this is such a Woman of Worlds is the Queen of Pentacles, by the way, sorry. Two of Worlds, Reflection. Yeah, physical relaxation. reflection. They're going back through a lot of things as well. So in looking for answers that are coming in currently, they're going back through a lot of things. Time, space. At some time they were going to have to face up to it. This is the judgment card. At some time they were just going to have to face up to it. That people have never bought their attempts to suppress information about all this. They're just going to have to face up to it and say, yeah, okay, you know, we're taking it seriously and stuff. So it's just the right time with various things happening. I still feel that it's because there's less air traffic that's allowing more and more stuff to be visible. It wasn't before. If Trump does try and use his brother's death to help the election, he'll lose whatever moderate Republicans are sticking with him. I think he's actually going to end up with just his base, really. Okay, Paris catacombs. We'll do the Paris catacombs. It just looks like an interesting question. What are the secrets to the Paris catacombs? I'm just trying to think of a good deck to use for this. I'm going to use the Marseille deck, which is a fairly plain deck, but it's called this one calls it the Royal Tarot, but it is basically the Marseille deck. Well, it's not the Marseille deck, sorry. I do have a version of that in the Golden Tarot, but I'll just use the Royal Tarot. Very plain speaking deck. Do I have a ghost deck? No, I don't know. I don't. I don't have a ghost deck. I know. I might have a look at getting one, but will the US send the orange slime from the White House? No, Jackie. Jackie Mullerman. No. I love the question, but no. Okay, what is the secrets of the catacombs? Nine of Wands, the embattlement card, and the thing that passed through my mind when I saw that was shelter. Judgment. I got the other thing was, and that went through my mind, and look, I'm not psychic, I'm just saying what comes into my mind when I see some of these cards, is that it was a figurative way of sending somebody to the underworld. If they were like good people, they weren't buried in their bones weren't moved to the underground, or their bodies weren't moved to the catacombs. So it was a figurative way of sending someone to the underworld. Momentum. Victory. Got the Chariot here. But I also got war pass through my mind. I mean, these were hundreds of years old, these catacombs. Queen of Wands, Queens. I got Queen of Wands and King of Cups. Again, royal decree went through my mind. Maybe they were built at royal urging or something. Eight of Wands. Victors. I'm wondering if initially they were started to, I get the Chariot, the Victory card, a Queen of Wands and a King of Cups, sort of like opposing forces. Eight of Wands. Swift. Bringing things to a good conclusion. The World, end of one journey. Judgment. It might have been started as sending the enemy to the underworld. So enemies fighting wars, whatever. You know, enemy combatants, enemy soldiers, enemy people being put down into these small things as a figurative way of sending them to the underworld. And them not being at peace. But then it became something else. But yeah, I think it was initially started as a way of sending your enemy to the underworld, basically, not giving them any peace. To the victors go the spoil. At the end of the fight, so this is the end of the fight. Yeah. That's what I'm getting from here, from this deck, sort of. Initially, at the start, I think as with all things, it maybe just became, could have been even during plague times. Shorter. But no, I still get war. hanging on, forcing things. I might use a Kipper deck and see what story Kipper does for that, for the undergrounds. What is a ghost stick? I don't know, my darling. I don't know. So I'm going to just grab a Kipper deck. And see if that gives us a different take on it. That one I just got like in the start. At the start, it was more like, you know, sending your enemy to the underworld. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was always thought, that it was a plague thing as well. So, but I did get the world there, which is the end of one thing and start of another. So at later, I think maybe before plague times, it was used as a figurative thing, but might not even have been that big, but it then might have been co-opted. So we'll see what the Kipper deck says about the Paris. Yeah, because I always thought it was maybe a way of burying people, shelter plague, you know. So I was surprised when I got high honours, gloomy thoughts, success in love reversed. So it was, you know, definite heartbreak, gaining a lot of money. Work, occupation, change, pleasant letter reversed, theft, grief and adversity. I think it's been at different times. It's, no matter what their origins, it's been used at they've been used at different times for different purposes. Like, even if they were originally a way to figuratively send your enemies to the underworld by burying them in there, dismembered, not giving them peace. Got grief and adversity. Illness hasn't come up. Grief and adversity has. Illness hasn't come up. For the catacombs. But it would make sense that during plague times that they could be used to get rid of bodies rather than putting them in plague pits. But yeah. Great happiness, expectations. I got the military person again reversed. I mean, there's huge tourist attraction now, or they were for a long time. And they brought in a lot of money. Prison. I think their uses have been changed over the years depending on circumstances. Grief and adversity. It's interesting that I haven't had illness come up in any way yet. Grief and adversity. A long way, long journey. They've been around for a lot longer, I think, than people realise. Bereavement. Again, that's death, yeah. I mean, you were hardly likely to be interred there when. So we've got the illness, the short illness come up finally, and I put that's on top of the Theft cards, theft of life, short illness, reverse, which long illness stretched over a long period of time, theft of life. So yeah, they were used at times for the catacombs. Why they were originally put there, I think they're a lot older than. Because we've got court and court person now, I understand that they've been shut down. I could be wrong there. Sad news. They've been used at times. They've been used as shelter for a lot of homeless people. Of course, that's well known. Unexpected money loss. Yeah, I think the different uses for them over time. I think they've been used for different things over time, including, yes, perhaps putting plague victims into them as a safe way of disposing of the body. I mean, they wouldn't have started out as this vast underground network that wasn't originally there. I don't think. I think they might have even initially, right at the start, just being a small cave network or something that was used. And then that was expanded on. If you could ever get right to the heart of the catacombs, which I don't know if people ever have, you might see it's a natural system that was the base of it, and was used, you know. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing. Yeah. Yes. Sheila said she won't be doing Sunday mornings with Scott because of changes at work. So hi, Jean Christensen. Hi, Karen Hardinge. Jean, I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. Same to Kathleen Stafford. Stafford, I saw your name earlier, but welcome if this is your first time. Yeah. Caves were often viewed in ancient times as the underworld. I get, initially sending your enemies to the underworld. So, okay. Anyone else got one more thing? We'll have a look at one more thing that intrigues people. Hi, Sweet P68. Hi. I'm staying on a little bit of extra time today. Yeah. So we're looking at a couple of unusual things. We've had a look at, Oak Island. Oak Island. Oh, bless you. I think I did a reading on Oak Island, didn't I? I want to do a video on Oak Island. I have to do a video on Oak Island. That is one of my favorite things. Do a video on Oak Island. That's going to be my project for this week, to do a video on Island. I love the whole Oak Island story. Yeah. So yeah, I'll do a video on that this week. It'll be up before next Sunday. Okay. Just love Oak Island. I mean, yeah. Hi, Ian Rob. How are you? We're thinking of something that I can read on. Yeah, definitely. I'll do it. It might even be a series. Yeah, I don't know. I just love Oak Island and all the different, whether it's like, Scandinavian, Knights Templar, or the pirate dude, and I can't remember his name at the moment. Yeah. I think that thing with Buckingham Palace just might be because the Queen's not in residence there. Well, what happened to the Donner Party? Ooh, nothing good. Oh, most of them froze to death, and some of them were eaten, and it wasn't happy. It wasn't nice. Ooh. Ooh. Are there aliens in Antarctica? Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not going to read all the that's just. Oh. Wonder if the Queen is stepping down and getting things ready. They ate each other. Yeah, pretty much. Well, they didn't eat each other. The survivors ate the people who died. Wasn't a bit like the zombies? I just got some. Oh my God. It's not like you're saying they ate each other. Eat, blah, blah, like zombies going for each other. Sorry. I mean, that was, yeah, a great tragedy. Is Prince Philip? Oh, has Prince Philip died? That's such. There's no flag at half-mast. Oh God! Please don't mention Alex Jones. Sorry, GM Dave, but yeah. I won't read on anything he says, just to put it out there. Has Prince Philip died? Well, there has been some news, some emotional news. Page of Cups there. End of one journey, another. The Hierophant and Institution. Queen of Cups. She's still there. Six of Cups. She's still there. Five of Wands. Bit of conflict. There's been a bit of. I don't think Prince Philip has died. No. There's no death cards or anything. I just think it's because she's not in residence there. Yes, they would have said something. Oh, it's Princess Diana haunting the royal family. Okay, I'll read on that. You know, I was never the biggest fan of her. Personally, I admired the things she did with landmines and things like that, and her going and hugging AIDS AIDS sufferers and all that sort of stuff. I admired those things she did, but as a person, she sort of got in my wick. I was never the biggest fan of her coming out and complaining about her marriage and all that, but I admired the work she did with specific causes. Is she haunting the royal family? That's a very interesting question. Let's have a look. I'll use the Kipper deck. Night, Estelle. Well, there you go. That's the answer. Dawn Amato, thank you very much for that information. They're redoing the Buckingham Palaces, upgrading the electrical, plumbing and servants' quarters. And, yeah, probably wouldn't be in residence for that. So, yeah. So, is Diana haunting the royal family? False person. Sad news. Reversed. So, extremely sad news. A little child, reversed. She was not successful in love, because success in love is a patient. Living room. You know what? I think court, but work occupation. I saw that and I thought she felt she still had a role to play. And with sad news of the loss of her, she, getting divorced, she, was no longer a member of the royal. So those high honours she didn't have those anymore. She didn't have a place in the palace anymore. She felt she still had a role to play. She was a bit bitter about things, and that sort of, I think she let that rule a little bit. So, and that came out to show. So that sort of, in her last few years, sort of that bitterness crept in, and yeah. She wasn't entirely blameless for things that went wrong. This is just what the cards are saying, okay? So don't rip into me and say, oh, it's because you hated her or anything. She got on my wick, but I always felt she wasn't entirely blameless for what went wrong. So a bit of the false person, but that doesn't mean she was, she had a little bit of trouble accepting that. But I think she felt she still had a role to play, and she wasn't allowed to do that. So I think that brought out some of the bitterness. Great happiness, gloomy thoughts, a long way. I'm not psychic, so I think she felt like her role was stolen from her. I think she could be, yeah. Sometimes people might feel suddenly gloomy, a little bit down and depressed. I think that might be her influencing them, trying to say, look, this is what you did to me. I had a lot taken from me, and it really got me down. Yeah, I think she still felt she had a role to play. So maybe a bit of unfinished business, the classic unfinished business, whatever. Grief and adversity. She felt like she was put through a lot of grief and adversity, but her life was changing. So she was on path for a change in her life. And, of course, it was cut short. So, yeah, she could be. She could be, definitely, haunting them. I think maybe if people go into certain rooms in the palace, maybe rooms that she liked, that she would use or whatever, they might feel a bit depressed and down, and that could be her. What's an Archie? Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor is Prince Harry's little boy. I don't think she follows the Queen about, no. I think there are certain places but then I'm not psychic, so I'm not a medium, so. Why did the Egyptians worship cats? You'd have to ask an archaeologist that, but I can ask a question. Why did they worship cats? Cats are mysterious animals. They're also very powerful and compelling. They felt they had a whole heap of mystical power, and they felt that they represented strength. They felt they had mystical powers to them. The first thought that went through my mind when I saw this was cats were often around when surprising things happened, which is possibly why they thought that, like, something good happened or something. When something good happened or good news, there was often a cat around. Groups. So they started, getting together. Got the change of end of one journey in another. Often, I think maybe cats were often around when people passed over. So the end of one journey, beginning of another. They offered comfort to families. Three of Pentacles here. Yeah, I think it's just that they were around when things happened, significant things happened with families, with people crossing over and all that, or when just good news happened, there was often a cat around and people started associating those things with cats. So it probably then slowly developed into a worship. Where cats want to take over the world. The whole cats have 9 lives bit. That could possibly have something to do with, I would say, yeah, there's definitely something into that. But the thing is, I think this cats have 9 lives. I think this is maybe just you quite often see a lot of cats that look very, very similar. And if there's litters and all this, and say a cat has died, and then a few days later you'll see a cat that comes along that's very similar, almost identical, and they think, oh, it's the same cat. So I think that might have been part of the reincarnation bit, and the cat's having 9 lives as well. Just observational stuff that developed into worship, basically. Your cat whisperer is trying to take over the world. Okay, look, my darlings, I'm going to wrap up now. Thanks for sticking with me for the extra half hour. I thought I'd, do a little bit of fun readings and stuff. Thank you all for joining me. I love you all so very much. And, yeah, please look after yourselves. I will be back again in a few days, and I promise I will do some Oak Island reading, at least one, possibly a little bit more. Okay, so okay, love you all. Bye bye.